With all the speculation about what Justin Trudeau may or may not do on Monday, lots of questions about how far could he prorogue? Could he, in theory, and this is one theory that I've seen put out there, prorogue the House of Commons until after the G7 and then allow the Liberals time to hold a long leadership race and then come back with a new leader the week after the G7. They can theoretically do their leadership race anytime that they want to, but I don't see how we can actually prorogue the House until sometime in June. Doesn't appear that that can be done. And here's why. I've been talking to a bunch of people trying to figure out exactly how this would work. The government is currently only funded until March 31st, 2025. We just passed Bill C-79. You can find that in my timeline. If you're on X, you can find it elsewhere if you want. That was the money bill that they passed just before the House rose. So that passed. That's what funds the government. Past that date, they need another appropriations bill. They don't have one right now. This is not about them having to pass a budget. It's about them funding the government. And if the government isn't funded, then they can't operate. Now, during an election, there are things called special warrants that are used. That, though, if you read the legislation, and it is in my X timeline, if you happen to be on X, I put the key quote and the link to the legislation on that. Special warrants are used when the House is dissolved, meaning for an election. They are not for use during prorogation. So my reading is that Trudeau needs to have another appropriations bill by March 31st. They don't have anything on the docket for that right now. They also haven't passed their Ways and Means bill to change the capital gains tax inclusion rate, but they're still, adhering to it. So I don't trust them, and there is the real possibility they could try and find some way to maneuver around it. But barring that, the read that I have from talking to people that know procedure a lot better than me is that they would need to bring the House back by around, based on the sitting calendar now, no later than the middle of March. So that'd be March 17th. At that point, they would also need to be facing opposition days and non-confidence motions. So is there a scenario where they can do it? I don't see it. I don't see how that happens. But as I said about the CRA rules and the Ways and Means motion for the capital gains inclusion rate, well, Trudeau doesn't play by the rules. So I'm not going to be surprised if they come out with a way to bend the rules, break the rules, try something different, if he does go to the Governor General to prorogue on Monday. Is he going to resign? Couldn't tell you. I've had Liberals asking me what's going to happen, and I'm still of the view that he's trying to find a way to stick around. So prorogue, buy some time, come back in a bit. Who knows what's going on in his head? Hopefully we find out soon, because we're in a very dangerous moment for the country. The government is essentially non-functioning, and we've got Trump being inaugurated in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, he's going to have his inauguration, and he's promised those 25% tariffs, and we do not have a functioning government. This can't go on. I'll bring you more as I figure it out.